Twisting, turning, spiralling upwards. Based in Washington, she's ranked as the world's best trampolinist, but while her competition honed their skills in purpose-built training centres, her workplace is slightly different.
I quite enjoy it that when people say to me, oh, you don't train in a purpose-built gym and you've got like so many different things going on in the background, but that's really all I've ever known. Quite often while we're in training, we've got five-a-side going on next door. There's gymnastics in some nights, and obviously the badminton, like you can see, so it just kind of makes your time a bit more precious when you're in here. It's kind of nice to know that I'm still doing the training I need to do with all those distractions going on, so that by the time it comes to concentrating, then hopefully that should all be a lot easier. It's about being ready as soon as you walk in the door and making every go count and taking it from there.
Originally from Kent, she's called the Northeast home for almost a decade, and after jumping on a trampoline for the first time 15 years ago, she now stands on the cusp of achieving her Olympic goal.
The first time I wore like a British leotard and had a British tracksuit, that was it. There was no way that anyone was ever going to take that away from me, and I've been doing that since I was 11, so I've been on a national team for a long time, and it's just the greatest honour to be able to go out and compete knowing that you're doing it for your country. Beijing feels like yesterday, and I remember going out on the Ambition programme and having a look around and seeing what it was all like, and from that point I knew that this was the position I wanted to be in. I wanted to be fighting for a place and saying that I was going to compete for Team GB at Home Olympics. I love what I do, and I come into the gym every day because it makes me happy, it makes me smile, and I love what I'm doing.
A firecracker inside a glass bottle. It hit this policeman before exploding, scattering shards of glass. It was supposed to be a peaceful protest between Sunderland Anti-Fascist Coalition and the EDL and other far-right groups. It's over a planned mosque, not at Ground Zero, but at St Mark's Road in Sunderland. The third in a series of monthly protests. It's getting too much for some residents whose homes are at the centre of the violence.
All the people in these bungalows are all over 70 and 80 year old, so consequently you can't get out. They're frightened to leave the houses, and it's very intimidating. Yeah, you see, that started. And this is what's going to happen. You're going to get somebody throwing something and they're going to be fighting.
I'm frightened.
You know, it's just a shame that this is going to happen here, and all of these young lads and that, they're only here to cause trouble.
You reckon there's a lot come up from Bradford?
Yes. I mean, I try to think what's going to happen when it does turn into a mosque.
The other ones were all right, but this one seems like people are getting more agitated and they're throwing stuff. With the violence, we worry because we've got a baby. Well, we're thinking of moving anyway because of it, because we rent and it's just not worth renting here at the minute.
Well, welcome to Newcastle United's academy for a game between two of Newcastle's best under-11 sides. It's a real local derby, this one. Newcastle East End versus Newcastle City Milan. Gold representing silverware this year. Can they add a fourth trophy of the season to their already really impressive collection? Pencott through to Patterson, round the goalkeeper, slots it home to the delight of his teammates. Chance perhaps for an equaliser. Has a stance of Cristiano Ronaldo. Towards goal it goes, oh, the header's gone in! Oh, they've equalised! Van Zanliet wins it back again. Patterson with a strike! Oh, for a moment you thought, didn't you? That would have been a special goal, befitting the occasion. Patterson will stand over it and strike. What a moment that could have been. Not quite. Did all the right things, got it on target, but the keeper stood firm, and it will be the agony and ecstasy of penalties to decide the Shield. Up he steps. Scores! Strikes, scores. Oh. Drydale slots home. Farndale saves. Oh, and he's pulled it wide, would you believe it? Oh, and he's put it over. Can he do it? Callum Carney. Oh, and it's saved! What a save from Celino! And Haig. Oh, and it's saved! Oh, and it's saved again! It just goes on. Braveheart. Advantage East End. The goalkeeper this time to keep this game alive. And he does, you know. Celino saved by his opposite number. The chance to win it. The captain scores! Oh, he just had to, didn't he? The men in gold sign off a golden year. Incredible scenes here. They won the quadruple.
Probably about
7 inches.
4 inches.
Probably 6 inch.
Huge.
Bigger in the northeast than anywhere else in the country. Nobody can compete with the size of our heels.
Well, you can burn my house, steal my car, drink my liquor from an old fruit jar. Well, do anything that you want to do, but honey, lay off of my shoes.
A survey's revealed that while British women wear the highest heels in Europe, northeast ladies are at the height of their game when it comes to the UK.
That's so important. It's the shoes. The shoes are first, and then you organise the outfit around the shoes.
You don't buy your dress first, you buy your shoes first.
Well, I don't think
I wouldn't have thought they would. No, I don't think they do.
Of course we do. It's best way.
Because we're all shorter in the northeast.
I wear them every day.
So do I, every day.
If I'm going out at night, then I will.
Oh, every day.
Sounds about right. We'll probably wear the least clothes as well.
To help explain the northeast's passion for high heels, we spoke to fashion lecturer Douglas McLennan, a man who knows a thing or two about shoes.
It comes as absolutely no surprise. I don't think northeast women have ever been separated from the heels. The traditional northeast woman is slightly smaller in height, but basically it gives people confidence that instead of looking at someone's navel, they can actually look at them eye to eye. When you look at a distance to a woman walking, if the woman is actually having difficulty, then it becomes grotesque. Sometimes there are some shoes that are meant to be seen, not really to be walked in.
I mean, I've got a high-end step, so they're all right, but by 3 in the morning, they start to pinch a bit.
But if your mama heat us, they feel good.
They're fine on the flat, but on a hill they're a nightmare.
Impossible. They're just car at the restaurant heels. I can't walk very far in them.
I love me heels. I wouldn't be seen anywhere without them.
Barely able to stand and crying out for help. This girl's not the only one who's had too much to drink on a night out in Tyne And Wear. More women in the area are locked up for being too drunk than anywhere else in the country. But girls we spoke to say drinking is just part of the culture of the northeast.
I just drank loads. As long as they're free. I just drank about 40 gabons, 3 pints, 4 skittles. I just drank loads. Right, I've just had a shot of tequila. I'm absolutely mortal. I love it. Sambuca is the drink. Vodka. You need vodka and Sambuca and tequila.
How much do you spend on a night out?
About 50 quid.
How much does that buy you?
It makes me crawl home.
Do you ever see fights or people being sick in the street?
Every weekend.
But not everyone enjoying a night out was happy with the excessive drinking.
It's great that people come to Newcastle, but I want people to come to Newcastle for the right reasons. It's a great place to have a party, but it's not a great place to come get really hammered and get into trouble.
But it wasn't just women adding to the police workload on the busiest night of the week.
Have you been arrested? Have you been arrested? What happened?
All I've done is walk across the street. I haven't even done no wrong.
Yes!
This was a freak supercell storm, normally seen in the Midwest of America, hitting a city in northern England. It was an unprecedented meteorological event. But what was also unprecedented was the way in which the story was gathered and told by Tyne And Wear. As the storm unfolded, the story was told in standalone video packages, a real-time live blog with more than 800 pictures, videos and posts, iPhone video reports, image galleries, text articles and social media on a pilot website that is the first of its kind. Tyne And Wear is a video-led, online-only digital news, sports and events service. It's our attempt to build a new model for the provision and consumption of local news. It's our vision of how local news will be delivered in the future. Content is viewed on computers, tablets and smartphone apps. Users can upload their own pictures and videos, and that's designed to be shared by social media. And up-to-the-second analytics of the ways in which that content is shared helps shape the editorial process. Interaction with users via social media guides the news agenda and the way in which stories are covered.
And as the storm hit, footage was captured on HD cameras, iPhones and stills cameras by a small team of mobile video journalists.
Those mojos are camera operators, presenters, editors, photographers and copywriters in one, armed with a video camera, iPhone, laptop and rucksack. Our VJs aren't based in the office. They work on the road, remotely for much of the time, and that means they get to where the story is happening, fast.
Well, I was outside with my kit at the time when I saw this huge dark cloud coming towards the city centre, and basically by the time I got my camera out to film, I was just hit by the most intense rainstorm I've ever come across. And so I started filming, and there was literally cones coming down the street, there was people rushing for cover. Well, if I wasn't there at the time, I wouldn't have got the footage. The storm was over in a matter of minutes. There was no satellite trucks, and we were the only ones to get this.
That set the wheels in motion for Tyne And Wear as the storm swept across the region. And on the day that Newcastle flooded, interacting with users via Twitter proved key in getting to stories quicker than anyone else.
We needed to turn this round really quickly because obviously we wanted to get things on the website as soon as possible, and the quickest way for us to get this footage back into our newsroom and on our website was to do it on the iPhone. They just sent it back by email, they pulled it together and we got it on the website. It went straight into our live blog, which was filtering throughout the day. It's the quickest way I've ever worked, and I think it's just a really quick way of getting stuff onto our website and out to the public as soon as possible.
There's no other local news and sports service that operates in the way that we do. Being digital, it gives us a huge advantage. It means that we use the best available platform for each particular aspect of the story. We wouldn't have been able to cover the story in the way that we did, or for that matter, other stories like this, without the involvement of our users. They're at the forefront. Our interaction with them drives our news gathering. It drives the news agenda as well. And they take what's previously been viewed as viewer interaction to an entirely new level.
The website launched in February. By August, there were more than 500,000 monthly unique users. To put that into context, it equates to half the population of the area the website serves, who use, view, engage with, or contribute to the site every month. Tyne And Wear's coverage of the superstorm became more than just a story. It became a forum for shared experiences, a community passing on vital information and updates to other users, a resource to those worst affected. It helped get people home safely.
A man lights a firecracker and throws it into a crowd. Fights broke out as members of the EDL clashed with anti-Jubilee protesters at Gray's Monument in Newcastle. Around 100 members of the right-wing group marched through the city centre. They confronted the Jubilee demonstrators with apparent Nazi salutes and chants. Horrified shoppers were caught up in the melee as the two groups were separated by lines of police. Officers held back the troublemakers while the other demonstrators were led away.